Welcome back to our live show. 1 in 8 women in America will develop breast cancer in her lifetime. It's a startling statistic and an unfortunate reality. With advanced technology and screenings, early detection is an important key to prevention. Our next guest is a breast cancer surgeon who's written a guide to help women beat breast cancer one test at a time. Joining us live by satellite this morning from New York is Dr. Kristi Funk. Good morning, doctor.
Good morning, Cheryl.
Breast cancer is your focus, so why did the idea come to write this book, which is comprehensive as far as education and knowing what we should know?
Well, you know, I've been a physician for 22 years, laser focused on breast health and illness for 17 years as a surgeon, and it kind of breaks my heart that I just don't have time in my visits with my patients to really delve into breast cancer risk reduction and recurrence reduction when it comes to what matters most, which is diet and lifestyle behavior changes. So I wanted to write the book so that they could have a guide, because I just don't have time in our 5 minutes together in the room. I've got an exam to do and other things. So this book is steeped in science. Over 1,250 studies are quoted. Yet it reads like we're just two girlfriends chit-chatting over coffee.
It
and
really
I
does.
create this environment. Thank you. I'm glad, and I know you read it, so I'm thrilled about that. When it comes to things that you can change, the simple changes make a big difference on a cellular level. So whole food, plant-based eating, tons of fruits and vegetables, whole grains, legumes like lentils, beans, peas, nuts. Exercise changes the environment inside of you. Exercise 5 hours a week if you're going to just kind of chit-chat when you do it, 2.5 hours for vigorous, sweaty exercise. Obesity and being overweight are so detrimental to your cells that getting to an ideal body weight and staying there forever will reverse anything that's gone on before you. It is a reversible problem. To get back to your ideal body weight, you lose the risk of breast cancer associated with being overweight. Drinking less than a drink a day is also really important. So those are the biggies that really push down on the scale toward breast cancer. The other biggie is an inherited genetic mutation. This accounts for only 10% of cancers. So the vast majority does not have anything to do with your genetic makeup or family history. But for those who do have a family history of 2 or more breast cancers, especially prior to age 50, or in yourself, or ovarian cancer in the family, I do recommend genetic testing. It used to be prohibitively expensive, but Color.com is a kit you can just have mailed to your home for a couple $100. You will have a very high quality, reputable test. You spit in a tube, send it back. 4 weeks later, you will know if you have a genetic mutation.
And that's so important, because a lot of us do think that if you're genetically predisposed, you're probably going to get breast cancer. But you're saying that that's just a small number of people who get breast cancer who have the genetic mutation.
If you look at all women with breast cancer, 87% do not have a single first-degree relative with breast cancer. So while genetics is important, it accounts for very few of the cancers on the planet. And while there could be some senseless cancers in young people or in people who do everything right and are very healthy, the vast majority, 50 towards 80% of all breast cancer could be eliminated from the planet by following the dietary and lifestyle advice that I outline in Breast the Owner's Manual.
Yeah, and I know that your Pink Lotus Foundation works to provide low-income, uninsured, and underinsured women with free access to breast cancer screening and care. There are organizations all over the country that do that, including here in Richmond. We have to be more proactive about our health, don't we?
We absolutely do. So picking up this book and reading it is like, you are my assignment. This is my mission in life. So the sooner you read the book and do everything it says, the sooner I can be released to do something else.
It's interesting because the headline on the back of the book says it's time to gain some control over cancer. And we really can take control, and we don't have to be defeated by this even if we do get breast cancer.
No, there's a lot of hope and guidance in the book for those who are newly diagnosed, teaching them about what breast cancer is, all the ways to treat and cure it, and an empowering chapter at the end to discuss life after treatment and to be your healthiest self so it doesn't recur. The other fun thing about the book is I bust a bunch of myths. Certain things, there's enough that we know causes cancer, and that's all in the book, but some things don't. So I hereby release you, as does all the evidence I put into the book, from caring about deodorant and antiperspirants, from bras with or without a wire, from cell phones, even if you tuck them in your bra, from microwaves. All of these things do not cause DNA damage inside your breast.
It's amazing how these myths continue to perpetuate, isn't it?
It really is kind of funny. My mom said, but Mom isn't always right. She was right, though, when she said to eat your vegetables.
Yeah, that really helps. And you also talk about environmental toxins and things that we should do to help free ourselves from some of these things that might make us predisposed. And one was frequent hand washing, which I thought was interesting.
Yeah, so we live in a chemical world of things that are called endocrine disrupting compounds, and they're found in basically everything. There are over 100,000 chemicals that are completely untested and unregulated by the FDA, and so we don't really know their health effects, and we touch them. So wash your hands frequently and always before you eat, and dust and vacuum. All of these things like formaldehyde come off your couches and electronics and collect in dust, so just zip it up. NASA found these plants, household plants that are like hard to kill. So for people who don't have a green thumb, they're awesome to put in your home. Things like spider plants, aloe vera, pull toxins from the air inside your house. And when it comes to personal care products or household cleaning products, try to use ones without synthetic chemicals.
Well, the book is written for all women, not just women who are dealing with breast cancer. It's called Breast, the Owner's Manual. Dr. Christy Funk, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thanks, Cheryl.
You're very welcome. Have a great rest of your day. And for more information, we'll post a link on our show website. Just go to WTVR.com/VTM.